With just over 1 month left until the postseason finally arrives here in year 8, the Woodsmen find themselves 3.5 games back from the Spurs and 2.5 games back from the Warriors, who currently hold the number 2 seed here in the Western Conference. We are 7-3 in our last 10, coming off a nice win against the Milwaukee Bucks, who are missing one of their best players. But yes, we have a lot of home games the rest of the way, which would be a good thing, you would think, but we've had a worse home record than on the road, which not really sure why that is. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I'm not really sure why, but hopefully we can get better at home, and we don't really have a lot of teams that we're playing that are good by their record. Most teams are actually below 500 that are left on the schedule. The only good teams that we face the rest of the way are in the Eastern Conference. We've already played the Spurs in all our matchups during this season. Same thing against the Warriors too. And it's really the Hornets, Cavaliers, and Pacers, and this game against the Bucks that are the really good teams that still remain on our schedule. So not a lot of movement here in the Western Conference in the standings based on wins and losses for us. But today we're going to face the Hornets back at home in Vancouver and hopefully get another test against a playoff caliber team. And I've been talking about this before, but we also have to note not only what's going on this year, but what is going to happen once we get to these next 1 or 2 off seasons, because we already have 3 players on $20+ million contracts, and obviously that adds up. Nobody else is on a contract more than $5 million for next season, and we only have Carney on one more team rookie deal next year. Graves has 2 more years left. Bobo's on contract for next year, and so is Keon Murphy. And we have to bring back Payne, who's going to want probably north of $25 million. Vanderbilt's probably not going to return based on how much money he wants. And we have to really keep in mind that we have to keep our options open later on down the line in these last couple of years here on your screen, because Carney and Graves are also going to want quite a bit of money similar to Don Payne. And they're probably going to want contracts worth more than what Keldon Johnson's currently making. And it just might not be doable to get all 3 of those guys signed without losing other guys around the team. So we have to really think about the future there. And while thinking about that, we have to capitalize on what we already have going. Without further ado, though, let's get into some more simming and get about halfway through this last month of the season. Well, guys, we have simmed and we lost a lot of games during this last stretch, and they were all close. Not a single blowout loss in this stretch. And, God, just some killer L's here, man. We lose by 7 against Portland, by 1 against the Bulls, 1 against the Kings, by 3 against the Clippers. 4 of those coming in 5 games. Then we lose by 4 against the Pacers. And now we stand at 52-22, which is a great record to have with just over 2 weeks left on the schedule. But the Spurs and Warriors have pulled further ahead. We're now 2 games back from the Warriors, but we are 5.5 back from the Spurs now, because they're just not losing games. And we frankly just are not as good as they are right now. So first loss was against the Trailblazers. We almost came back in the 4th quarter, but it was really that 3rd quarter where things changed. They outscored us by 22 to take the lead, and they never looked back. Jordan Poole drops 22, while Carney drops 22 off the bench for the Woodsmen, but Anderson and everybody else scores less than that. So you're seeing the offense having an off day. We won a close one against the Rockets thanks to a 4th quarter comeback by 3 points. Jabari Smith had 22, Pete Sharp 16 and 10, 28 for Anderson, double-doubles for Halliburton and Don Payne, 12 for Azet off the bench, as well as 10 for Keldon Johnson. And then we lost to Franz Wagner and the Bulls in overtime, and they are 20 games below 500. We cannot be losing this kind of a game with how important this last month of the year is going. And frankly, we're kind of out of time to make a comeback, and we're definitely not going to get the 1 seed. We're probably not gonna get the 2 seed either. We're pretty much confirmed to get the 3 seed unless some crazy things happen. But 20+ points here in this one for Anderson, Halliburton, and Carney. with double-doubles from Halliburton, Don Payne, and Keldon Johnson. But cannot lose this game, guys. Our second straight loss comes against the Kings. Again, we almost came back in the fourth quarter, but it just fell short. 19 for Bol, 16 for Anderson, 15 for KJ. The offense kind of slowing down here these last couple of weeks. And then we had another low-scoring game, and we don't seem to win too many of these low-scoring ones. We have rarely come out on top when this team scores below like 100 or 95 points. And it's not even our defense's fault because they have played well pretty much all year. Anderson 17, Bol 17. He was 2 for 10 though from the field. Took a lot of free throws. Halliburton only 11, 4, and 5, not doing a whole lot in the box score. And Don Payne shot poorly here too. They got 31 from Ellis Wright. We faced Chicago again and blow them out, especially in that second half. And that fourth quarter was brutal. It was 33-8. We ended up winning by a little bit less than 50. Anderson drops 26 and 10. Halliburton, a double-double. Payne had one as well. Nice scoring from a couple of bench players. And the Bulls this time around did not do a whole lot. Only 13 for Ant and 13 for Wagner. Nobody played too well. We take down another bad team in the Utah Jazz, but it was a close win. We had to come back in the second half and the fourth quarter to win by a single bucket. RJ Barrett drops 20, while the Woodsmen get 21, 7, and 7 from Anderson, although he took 26 shots and missed 20 of them. So definitely a bad day for him. Don Payne played fairly well. Halliburton only 4 for 12 shooting, but we somehow win despite shooting 40% from the field. Not sure how that happens. We face the Jazz again, and this time we perform a whole lot better. But even still, another fourth quarter comeback. We outscore them 38-18 to win by 13 points. But we're putting ourselves in tough situations here these last couple of games. And that's not a good sign with the playoffs on the horizon. Halliburton dropped 16 and 14. Don Payne had a great day with 15 and 22 with 3 steals, 2 blocks. That's good to see. RJ Barrett seems to be the only good offensive player for the Jazz. In our first matchup against Indiana, we do beat them, and we actually played pretty well overall in this one on defense and offense. Anderson goes 12 for 13 from the field, 8 for 9 from deep. Payne drops 22 and 10. Bol showed up to play, as did Tyrese, although he did not shoot as well. And the Pacers got 23 and 9 for Westbrook and 21 and 9 for Ja Morant. We come out on top. Good performance here. It is short-lived, though, because the Pacers then come back and beat us by 4 the very next matchup. 26, 7, and 11 this time around for Ja, while Miles Bridges drops 18 points. Got a crime syndicate over here in Gary, Indiana, while Keldon Johnson drops 26 to lead the way for us. Carney drops 20 off the bench. He's had a couple of really nice games off the bench scoring-wise, which is good to see. Hope he can earn some badges between now and next season. Anderson 17, Tyrese not playing as well this last month or so. We do bounce back and beat Milwaukee again, much thanks to a phenomenal second half, scoring 30 plus in each of the last 2 quarters and holding them to below 22 or 23 in the third and fourth. Halliburton has a great day, 28, 6, and 6, 3 steals, 2 blocks, stuffed in the stat sheet there. Carney once again pops off. Anderson shot well, but did not take a whole lot of shots. And Bol goes 6 for 17. The Bucks got 24 for Mitchell, 24 and 11 for Giannis, but we take them down with and without Donovan Mitchell, which is good to see. And finally, the same exact score line as against the Bucks, we win by 22 again. And this one comes against the Rockets, and this is what our last sim game of the episode. We used a nice second quarter and a nice fourth quarter to round out the win. Anderson drops 39 on phenomenal shooting. Keldon Johnson 24 and 7 off the bench. Halliburton once again plays pretty well. Graves 5 for 7. Payne a double-double. And Carney had 4 steals. Nice. The Rockets at 25 for Kyrie, but nobody else did a whole lot for them, although Pete Sharp had 12 assists. But a nice win against the Rockets, and we now stand at 52 and 22, and as I said earlier, 5.5 games back from the Spurs. Our only chance now is to hope that the Warriors collapse these last 2 weeks and we don't lose a game and surpass them just barely. So we have secured a playoff spot, and today we are going to face an Eastern Conference team in the Charlotte Hornets, who currently hold the 6th seed spot and are probably going to hold on to it into the playoffs arrive, because they're 3 games ahead of the Magic, who are on their ass. And we faced the Magic in our last game of the year, but the Hornets should be fine unless they have a collapse of some kind. But they've at least secured a play-in spot, and they're averaging, 106.9 points per game, which is one of the lowest this season. And their defense actually seems to be pretty decent. And this year, they are relying on Ty Washington to get things done for them. But they don't just have him. They have my least favorite player in the entire history of the earth, Ben Simmons. 6-11 minutes. That is completely overblown in this game. And he's having a nice year. 16 points per game, 6 boards, just below 10 assists per game, shooting lights out. Like, he's taking threes and knocking them down. Much better than you would ever think that Ben Simmons could do. He's hitting free throws. I hate this, and that's who we're facing today. If we lose to this guy, oh god, that's going to hurt the soul. So for our game plan, who do we even put on Ben Simmons? Because he is extremely tall. I'm assuming that they're going to start a tall guy at center. And if they do, that does present some issues. They're going to start Mo Bamba, yeah. So I think Bol should be able to guard Bamba relatively well. And with these matchups, I think I probably want Don Payne to guard Simmons, because, I mean, that makes sense to me, because Payne's a great defender and Simmons is going to drive to the rim. He's not going to take too many jump shots, and paint defense against him is key. So I think you put Bol on Mo Bamba, and we kind of work around that. And we might have to put Todd Graves on Ty Washington and put somebody else on Gerard Wheeler, who's their starting power forward. So I'm going to put Graves on Washington. On Bamba, we're going to put Bol. And then for Wheeler, he's not much of an offensive player. He's a good rebounder. I think we can probably put Anderson on him and see what he can do. And then for Ben Simmons, obviously, Don Payne. So yeah, here we go, facing the Hornets, and I love this jersey matchup because the Hornets jerseys have some really nice jerseys, and I gotta be honest, and I think their colors clash well with ours, because we're gonna wear our statement ones on our home court for, I think, the first time that we've ever done, which is fun. It is always difficult to work around the mismatches that Ben Simmons presents us, but I think we have a game plan that might end up working, as the Hornets will start with the ball here at home at Rogers Arena. And just, wow, what a start. This is going to be awful. Never mind. Anderson, decent look for 3, and that one drops. I love seeing him knock down threes to start the day, because that's usually a good sign. Jalen Williams blocked by Bol. They called a foul. That is a late whistle, ref. Are you kidding me, dude? That's unreal. He blocked the shot. I gotta look at this one more time. This was clean. They called this a foul. I gotta challenge this. There's no way. You cannot start the game with a call like this. Look at this. That is clean as day. Where's the foul on Bol? That's unreal, man. That's a crazy call. This guy gifted 2 points. Free throw, good. And Williams hits both. Off the screen, Anderson over the top, back to Don Payne. Down low against Bamba, he's fouled. Off the screen, Graves gets inside, throws it up, and scores over Wheeler. Nice to see Todd Graves get aggressive and attack the basket, because as I said last episode, if we do it more often, I feel like the offense can really be a multi-dimensional team, which we already are, but even more so. Williams, the jumper, no dice. Anderson sees a lane. He attacks the rim, scores, and the foul. And this guy gets aggressive. He's very good at attacking the rim. It's almost every game we see plays like this where he attacks the rim. He gets a foul called on his defender, and he hits the bucket too. It is three-point play galore with number 5 right now. Williams finds some space from downtown, but can't hit. Anderson attacks the rim again and scores. Yes, sir. He's doing exactly what I want him to be doing. Ball poked loose and stolen by Todd Graves out of the hands of Wheeler. Graves, the fadeaway jumper off the mark, but Bamba ends up with it. I don't mind the shot there. It's not a bad look. Dylan Williams gets aggressive, gets down low against Talley, and he scores despite some good defense. Anderson attacks and scores again. He's got, what, 6 points so far in the paint? Ty lost the handle. Stolen by Todd Graves again. He's already got 2 here in the first. Meanwhile, Anderson takes the ball inside. Pump fakes. Goes up. Look at this guy go to work. An absolute machine down there. 8 points in the paint. 12 of our 14. He's doubling up on the Hornets by himself. Simmons. Nice pass to Wheeler. Open 3, but maybe a few too many feet behind the charity stripe, or the 3-point line, rather. Mismatch down low for Payne. He throws it up. Missed it, though. Got to back him down a little bit more and get closer there to the rim, but whatever. We're still up by 8. Back to Wheeler again. Trying the same play as last time, and it's the same result. Graves, jumper is good. Nice mid-ranger from the elbow. We're off to a good start here against the Hornets at home. They're going to try it again, this time with Bamba, and he won't capitalize, but Wheeler's there on the glass for the tip-in. Graves stops on a dime, but can't knock it down. And Simmons ends up with it. Bamba hands off to Washington. Mismatched against Payne, and he's blocked. Why would you ever try that? Anderson gets around Bamba and scores. This dude really wants us to win this game, I guess. Williams over Bobo, misses the shot. And right now, the Hornets offense has pretty much come to a standstill. They're not hitting their jumpers. Been relying on that one offensive board, as that was a lazy lob attempt from Halliburton. Jalen Williams can't find his rhythm. Wheeler gets the offensive rebound. Back to Bamba. He scores, and I thought it was blocked, but it was actually a foul. The free throw is up and good, as Darius Blackwell checks in, and he was on our team for a short time a couple years back. What a pass between 2 defenders from Tyrese, and Anderson right now is getting to the rim with no regard for human life. 7 for 7 from the field. The Hornets themselves are 4 for 12. Double screens for Williams. He hesitates. Not going to pull the trigger here. Trying to play it safe. Bamba comes over. And now Williams fires. It's an open shot. But a lid on the rim is forming for Charlotte. Todd Graves back to Payne. Lost it. And Williams has a steal. I'm not even sure that he jarred that one, so I think Payne just lost the ball. As Ty Washington still scoreless in this one to this point. In the corner, Halliburton can't cash in. The tray for Washington won't fall this time either. Anderson attacks the basket, scores, and is fouled. How do you stop this guy right now? 18 points here in the first quarter. 8 for 8 from the field. Nobody can guard him. I kind of want to just stay in this game and just see how long he can keep this up, because he's got 19 points here in the first quarter. Anderson stays out there, which is good news, as Washington once again misfires, but Matthews is there on the glass on his first minute on the court. Carney has checked in with Vanderbilt and Keldon Johnson and Keon Murphy, so for the backups out there with our best player, Keldon Johnson, open three. That one rattles out. We do have Anderson guarding Simmons, and there's not really a good matchup out there right now for him, as that three drops. And now the Hornets have closed the gap back to 7. Nice pass to Keldon Johnson from Anderson, but he's missed 2 wide open shots in a row now. Simmons bounce passes to Matthews, who has a mismatch on Carney, and that's too easy. Carney, the triple, rattles out, and Capella comes down with it. They feed Matthews against Anderson down low. It's mismatch galore. He chose not to go up, though, which is good. Washington blocked by Joel Carney. Keldon Johnson, one-on-one. He attacks and misses the layup. Come on. Simmons finds Matthews cherry-picking up the court. 3-point game. Oscar Matthews, 6 quick points off the bench. Keldon Johnson attacks again, and this time he's fouled. Somebody else finally creates some level of offense besides number 5. Now he does finally check out. Free throws are good. We're off to a good start, up by 5, but let's head to the second quarter now and see where things are at after some simming. All right, just below 7 minutes to go here in the first half, and we have used a strong first 5 minutes to extend our lead to 11 as we lead 45-34 with the ball. Off the screen, Anderson steps back, goes back to Halliburton there in the corner, and his three-pointer is good. Simmons back to Wheeler from the elbow. He finally knocks down a shot. Top of the key, contested three for Anderson. Just rattles out. That might be his first miss of this game. The Hornets, in fact, lead the league in rebounds per game, while we have the best rebounder in the league with Don Payne at 13.7 rebounds per game, which will hopefully get us the win here. I'm assuming that we are going to rebound better than they do, because so far they've missed a lot more shots than we have. But there's an offensive board for Bamba, just as I say it. It's actually Clint Capella, not Mo Bamba. Jesus. But regardless, they're a good rebounding team, the best in the entire league. It's definitely helping them in terms of their playoff push. Anderson steps back, fades away. Great move, but can't hit the shot. And Vanderbilt ends up tipping the ball right to Ben Simmons. Why is Halliburton guarding Capella? Williams for 3, line drove it right to the back iron. 2 for 12 for Williams. That is obviously not what you want to see if you are a Hornets fan. Anderson lost the ball, gets it back, and lays it in for 2. He's at the 21, so that was his first bucket since we last saw him. Williams left wide open, and right now for a good reason. Ando the screen. Simmons gets around it easily. Halliburton is locked up right now. Screen from Payne. Halliburton fires. It's off, but Payne's there on the glass. And then he turns the ball over right to Ben Simmons. What was that? Nice pass in the corner. Williams trying to make it count, and this time he finally hits it. It might be his first 3 of the entire contest. He's taken several. He called timeout as our lead has been cut back to 9. There's something weird going on here. They've let the Jabberwockies in. Is this what all of this was for? They're on the court. They are on the court. You cannot inbound the ball. Get these guys out of here. This is against the... They just disappeared. We just turned the ball over again. What's going on? Homer Kerr takes the shot but missed it. The rebound goes right to Tyrese Halliburton. Let's try and finish this first half strong and build our lead up to maybe 15 or something. Todd Graves steps back, gets some space, but misses the three. I imagine he'll be a lot better at those come next season. Nice pass to Bamba, back to Simmons, at the rim for two. And because Don Payne's not out there, they have a mismatch. They have a huge lineup out there right now. They got two centers, plus Ben Simmons, plus Wheeler, who's a power forward. They have one guard, and that's Jalen Williams, who is a pretty tall guard, if I do say so myself. So hopefully our defense can withstand this for the time being. As I say it, Wheeler almost lost it. He gets to the rim and scores because Bobo had to guard two people. Murphy sets the screen. Anderson attacks the paint with the bucket and the foul. He is crazy good. We got 30 points in the paint, and I'm pretty sure all of those are from this guy right here. Anderson cannot be stopped when it gets down there right now. That was a big play, too. We do bring in Carney at point guard to finish off the first half to give Tyrese a breather. Meanwhile, Ty checks back in with Blackwell for the Hornets as his first shot rattles out from deep. Another high screen. Anderson fires this time but can't hit. Washington off the screen, misses the shot again. Couple of close calls for him, but luckily he has not found his stride. Graves gets the feed from Carney at the elbow. Bobo's there for the screen, but he just waves it off. Now we go to Bobo. He gets aggressive. And now he's fouled hard by Matthews, who picks up his third. First free throw is up and good from Mr. Bowl. And he hits them both, and we have taken now 10 more free throws than Charlotte has. Their fans are definitely wondering what kind of home cooking is taking place here in Vancouver, huh? 10-point lead, though. Matthews, fadeaway shot. Wow. This guy's got a couple plays in his bag. He's got 14. Todd Graves finds some room and hits it from downtown. Nice shot. Jalen Williams back to Washington for the open shot, but, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if he's even hit a single shot so far in this game. Bobo, close jumper, yes, sir. And just like that, our lead is back to 13 points, right around where I wanted it to be at halftime, but still need one more stop here these last 5 seconds. Williams in the face of Anderson, missed it. Matthews on the board, but he can't get a shot up in time. And we lead 60-47 at the break, as Ben Simmons will have to walk to his locker room, try to figure out how to bounce back. But a good first half on both ends of the court. I like what I'm seeing. And yeah, I still can't believe the Hornets brought back Steve Clifford. 7:29 to go here in the third quarter. 4.5 minutes have passed. We've only scored 5 points. The Hornets have scored 9. We did hold them below 20 points in the second quarter, which is nice to see our defense pan off there, but let's get the offense going here in the second half. Anderson gets the feed, steps back, has a decent look, and it's good this time. Got to get his jumper to start falling here if he's going to take more of those and less of those drives. Washington. Baseline shot blocked by Bobo, came out of nowhere to swat that one back in his face. Nice help defense, man. Halliburton throws it right to Capella. Did not get enough arch on the pass, trying to go over the top to Payne. We've seen that happen a couple of times. Matthews against Bobo. Nice pump fake. Got him and Payne both in the air, but did not capitalize, and now he's called for a 3-second violation. Odin Johnson sees a lane attack in the basket. What a big man move that was. Take it on Blackwell. Baseline drive. Bucket and the foul. The third on him. And the free throw is up and good. Washington fouled, and he almost hit that. That would have been a crazy shot. $19.1 points per game, which leads the entire team here in Charlotte. But Washington is probably nowhere near that in this one. He has not been much of a factor in this one, at least a positive one, as Anderson scores at the rim. 19 first quarter points, 5 in the second, 9 here so far in the third, which is like, what is that, 67% of our points or 75% of our points right now? Washington almost blocked by Payne. I think he might have gotten a fingertip on that one, but he did. He at least forced the miss, and now a three top of the key for Payne. I actually kind of appreciate him taking more of those because he can knock them down, kind of. Payne can't stop Matthews as the ball rolls around the rim and in. 16 points in 13 minutes. He has not missed a shot. This guy is showing up. Anderson slices inside over 2 defenders. Not this time. Got his own board. Back to Halley for the open 3. That one's off. Payne gets it back to Anderson for 3. And we finally knock it down. What a possession. 36 now for Anderson, with still 4.5 to go in this quarter, but he will probably check out the next dead ball as Carney and Azette are set to check back in as Simmons turns the ball over. Wheeler, or Blackwell rather, could not hang on to the pass. Bol lost it, gets it back, and he makes a move to score at the rim around Kerr. We're picking things up here. Bol's got a plus 19, plus minus. All right. We do take out Anderson as Washington hits a nice shot. Maybe that'll get him going. He only has 8 points so far, and most of those have come at the charity stripe. But Azette and Carney check in while we take out Anderson and Halliburton. Yeah, Murphy also in there as Odin Johnson is blocked out of bounds by Blackwell. Bando inbounds to Carney. His shot is off the mark. I want to see him knock some more of these down. Because recently, watching, we obviously don't get that many minutes with him, but he has not been as consistent as I'm kind of used to. Maybe I'm misremembering how he shot the ball, but I want him to be better. Murphy back to Carney, open 3, and that one's off too. Washington, quick trigger, and maybe he is catching fire now. Our lead's cut back to 10. This game is not even close to being over. Zed crosses the court, has an open 3. Missed that one. That was a wide open look. Now a mismatch for Matthews. Can Odin Johnson stop him? I don't think so. He still has not missed a shot. Odin Johnson rounds the screen, but it's covered well by Blackwell. He goes out to Azette. Shot clock at 5 and counting down. Azette in the corner finds Murphy for the triple, but that honestly was not a good pass. I would have much rather taken the Azette mid-range than the corner contested 3 for Murphy after bobbing a pass, but maybe that's just me. Only an 8-point game now, and Azette fouls Williams. Fans do not agree with that call. Blackwell inbounds to Washington. Let's just get a stop here real quick, guys. On the move. Washington, back iron. Not a smart shot. 5 on the clock again, and this time Azette will take it, and he does knock it down. See? If you just trust in what I'm telling you, is that you're golden. I want you guys to shoot the ball. Under a minute to go until quarter's end. Washington has been taking some wild shots in this one, and so far it's not paying off. And off to Azette. Williams stops him in his tracks. Carney for three. Just not finding his rhythm right now. I would really like him to. Matthews the triple. This guy dismissed the shot. It's always somebody. He's got like 21, 22 points now, man. This is ridiculous. Vancouver has the final shot of the quarter, but it's going to be a close game as we head to the fourth. Hopefully up by more than we are right now. Carney to a Z, open triple. Missed it. We need better from these role players right now. Because when they've been out there, the Hornets have closed the gap both in the first quarter and this one. We head to the fourth quarter. Just over 7.5 minutes left. We got Tyrese Halliburton at the charity stripe right now with a couple of free throws. As Graves, Anderson, Bol all check in for the Woodsmen. Payne out there, so our starters will finish off this game, as the same can be said for the Hornets. 12-point lead. Let's wrap this game up, fellas. Simmons locked down by Payne. He stays in front. He forces the pass to Washington. Time counting down. He has to force it, and Graves his face. That's not going to happen. Halliburton to Anderson. He feeds Payne. Slight mismatch down low, but Capella keeps him out of the paint, and now Simmons ends up with the steal. Come on, man. We got 15 TOs in this game. Bamba down low, mismatched against Tally. This is going to go poorly. Payne the screen. Halliburton, decent look, and it's good. Nice shot. Off the screen, Washington. What a pass to Bamba. Anderson cuts and gets a nice pass from Tyrese to answer right back with a great player of their own. And Anderson has 43 points now, 17 for 22. It's like not even that hype just because he has done it so much, dude. But Matthews is 11 for 11 for the Hornets, but I guess they still aren't going to play in the rest of this one, despite his phenomenal performance. Simmons attacks. How does Bobo let him get by him? Come on. Anderson cuts, and now Bobo makes a nice pass at the rim for two. There's nothing stopping number 5, and he is now 5 points away from dropping 50. That would be, he's pretty much got half our points. He has half our points right now. Actually, over half, I think. My math does not check out, actually, but still, wow, what a shot. Gerard Wheeler closes our gap back to 9. Payne against Capella. Fade away shot. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Payne only has 2 points. He's 1 for 5. Simmons attacks. It scores again. Come on, man. This is not how we're going to end this game. It's just not. I'm not going to watch this unfold. Bobo back to Anderson again. Capella can't even stop this guy. Double screens now for Simmons. Payne stays attached to Simmons, so good job there. We actually covered that pretty well. Bamba down low, back to Simmons, back out to Washington. He's open, and now he's going to start knocking some shots down, huh? Halliburton left wide open, but that just looks like a bad shot. Oh, no, now we have 6'6" Todd Graves on 6'11" Ben Simmons. Bamba is fouled. This is going poorly here. Free throw is good. Capella will check out. Williams will check in. We're going to go a bit smaller with their lineup, thankfully. As Bamba hits both, and our lead is cut now to 4. Somebody else has to do some offense besides Anderson, like seriously. And there it is! Over the top to Payne. Halliburton gets the assist. Williams stops on a dime, but misses the shot. Probably had a better chance taking a drive there down the middle of the lane, but I wanted to take the shot, I guess. Ball with a screen. Shot clock winding down. Halliburton back to him. Wide open corner 3. You gotta hit that, man. Why can we not hit our threes in this game? It's just been Anderson, but even then, he has not taken a whole lot of them. Come on, guys. That's some wide open looks. Williams trying to go ISO mode against Halliburton now. I don't think that's going to work. And now he lost the ball in. Out of bounds off of Wheeler. Big mistake right there. And Matthews will check in. They are going to their dark horse, I guess. It's going to be a 3 for Halliburton, is it not? Maybe not, actually. He takes Simmons down low. What's going on here? Bobo has to pull the trigger. And he hits the shot into the face of Oscar Matthews. Nice one. All right. Pretty much 90 seconds left and an 8-point lead. We're in good shape, but it's not over yet. Why do I even say things like that? That's the biggest play of the day for Jalen Williams. The free throw is good. It's back to 5. And we are not even close to being out of the woods. Payne sets the screen. Anderson, bounce pass back to Payne. He could have scored himself or found the pass. Either one would have worked. Nice play right there. Williams uses the screen. Finds an open look from the elbow. Missed it, but Matthews tips it in. This guy is 12 for 12. Now a screen. Anderson turns the ball over. Please don't do this. Why not just shoot the ball right there, man? He had a wide open look. Bamba. Oh, no. 5th on Anderson. The free throws will make it a 1-score game if he hits both. Well, he missed the first one, so that changes things drastically. Now the Hornets have to tuck things over. That is a lucky break. Out of the timeout, the second free throw is good, so it's a 4-point game, luckily for us. We cannot turn the ball over or miss a shot. We have to make this count. They will foul, so free throws coming up for Halliburton. Just knock these down, play smart, solid defense, and walk out of here with a win against a playoff caliber team. The first one drops. The second one is up, and it's good as well. 6-point lead. Williams will bring the ball up. And Washington's wide open. What was that? He had the entire court to himself. It's a 3-point game. And they will foul Halliburton. Some more big free throws for number 0. Good shot there. And he goes 2 for 2. Thank you, sir, for the clutch ones. The Hornets used their last timeout to advance the ball. Matthews inbounds to Washington. They're taking their time here on this possession. Bamba to Williams. Anderson staying in front so far. Good job. Nobody's open right now. They go to Matthews down low, who has a mismatch. He takes it back out. Washington deep triple. That one hits the rim like 4 times and misses. And now this game's really over. 5th on Bamba. Free throws to close it out. It's good. One more. And this should be the game. He missed it. And it's over. 110 to 104. Vancouver hangs on to win it. A close game throughout. But we pretty much took an early lead and did not look back, which is fantastic. We pretty much led, I think, almost the entire game except for those first minute, or those first couple of buckets were back and forth. But we led the rest of the way after that. And Anderson did not score 50 points, but he was sure as hell close enough. "47 points on 24 shots is absurd. That is insane. Did not do a whole lot else besides score, but I mean, don't really need him to. When Halliburton gets 10 assists, Keldon Johnson drops 11. Could have used some better rebounding for sure. We only had 38 rebounds when we usually get probably around 50. And we played one of the better rebounding teams in the entire league. Oscar Matthews did miss his last shot of the game because it was a full court chuck shot, which did not matter at all. 25 for him off the bench. Ty ends it with 20 points on 23 shots. And Williams and him both shot extremely poorly. Ben Simmons, we actually did a pretty good job against him, except for the 6 steals he had, which is pretty much guaranteed to have against us somehow. But we played well. They definitely... Actually, it was a pretty close matchup on the boards. They beat us out by 1, but I think we take that. 16 turnovers, though. That needs some work. So that is a great win. We have 7 games left, and that win plus a Spurs loss does get us a whole game closer to them, but it's going to take a miracle for us to get above even the Warriors, I feel like, because I don't think they're going to be slowing down entering the playoffs. So the game plan here probably is to sim these next 3 or so games and see where we're at with 4 games left and see if we want to even maybe just wrap things up right here if it's not going to matter. So I'm going to sim through this game against the Cavaliers and see where things are at, and we'll go from there. Well, it seems we have really picked things up here these last 3 weeks, as we are now winners of 9 in our last 10, and we're on a 6-game win streak right now, including another win against the Hornets, one against the Thunder, and a blowout against the Cavs. So against the Thunder, we're at 500. Anderson is picking things up. He's really played well these last couple of games. 32 in this one. Halliburton drops 21 and 15 with a great performance. Carney plays well off the bench. Keldon Johnson 2. And Don Payne a double-double. The Thunder got 24 from Giddey and 19 from Underwood, but nobody else was all too important. Although KPJ was aboard in an assist shy of a triple-double. We beat the Hornets again in another close game where they almost came back in the fourth quarter, but we hang on to win by a single bucket. Ty has a much better performance today with 26 and 9. Simmons puts up a similar number with, again, a board and a assist shy of a triple-double. The Woodsmen, though, got 21 for Anderson and a 16 and 17 game from Don Payne with 13s for Tyrese. So those two guys played well again. And, yeah, nice win against the Hornets. Very close matchup, just like the first one. Rebounding is pretty much even. Scoring is nearly even. And nice to get 2 close wins against those guys. Then we took down the Cavaliers, who have bounced back and have got themselves to probably a playoff spot. I'm assuming with their record being 8 games above 500. Carney drops 25 to lead the way. 23 for Halliburton, 21 for Anderson, and 16 for Graves. With Don Payne putting up a nice double-double as well. The Cavaliers had 23 for Junior Tinsley, and he led them in scoring, which is kind of shocking considering who they have on this team. And so this recent stretch of really solid basketball now has us surpassing the Warriors. I just said that I did not expect this to happen, but we're now a game and a half ahead of them. They have really kind of fallen off these last couple of weeks. Not entirely sure why. Could be an injury of some sort. We will have to check on that in a moment. But we definitely have no chance at securing the 1-2. The Spurs have already secured that with 4 games left and being 5 games ahead of us. And if we win, like 2 more games, I think, then we secure it. If my math lines up there, we are going to have the 2 or the 3, regardless of what happens the rest of the way. We might as well just wrap things up this episode because I'm excited for the playoffs. I think we understand where this team is at right now. I think we know that our biggest adversary is the Spurs. I think we have a pretty good chance against most other teams. The Warriors, do they have any injuries? They don't. So I'm not sure why they are losing recently, but it's not because people have been hurt or are hurt right now. But we do sim 2 more games, and our win streak will continue, going from 6 to 8. And so, unless we lose our last 2 games and they win their last 2, we are in shape to secure the 2 seed, which would be, I believe, our highest seeding of the entire franchise. The first one comes against the Sound, thanks to a solid fourth quarter. Alex Barker drops 22, Javon Davis 13, 6 and 4. Anderson drops 24, Halliburton shoots well, Payne as well with a nice double-double. Vanderbilt 11 points, which might be one of his better offensive days on the year, which is not saying a whole lot. But a nice win against the Sound. We shot well from 3 in that game as well. We took down the Kings. Next up, 24 again for Anderson, and Halliburton 20 and 10 to match his season average. Bobo steps up. Don Payne, another double-double, which we're becoming used to. Keegan Murray at 29, Shingo at 18 points, and Sylvester McNeil, one of the top picks of the draft, had 11, but only shot 5 for 15. So we're going to send this game against the Pistons, and we do win that one, and that will secure ourselves in the 2 seed, with the Warriors still being a game and a half back from us. And they do not... I think we actually are the ones who have a game in hand on them, so their year is actually over, and we still have 1 game left. So we are the 2 seed, and if we beat the Magic, we are going to head into the playoffs on a really big win streak. But in this game against the Pistons, Anderson once again goes ballistic, dropping 38 points. 18 and 21 for Payne. He was elite. Bobo 16 and 10. Halliburton 11 and 11. Keldon Johnson had 10 points. So you're seeing some good play by our starters. Cade Cunningham at 44 in this one, but it wasn't enough. And they have Jared Butler, but he was their second scorer. Nobody else played all too well besides Cade, and he was severely let down. So 1 game left, and if we win this, we do have our very first 60-win season of the franchise. We have not, we already have our best record that we've ever had, but we could be vying for 60 wins this year, which is very impressive. Now to see the box score right after the game is over, I have to do the simcast. So I'm just going to sim this game and see how we do. The Magic are getting off to a nice start here in this game, and they're leading. And are we really going to lose the last game of the year? Can we mount a 4th quarter comeback, maybe? Maybe? Come on, guys. Close the gap here. Looks like we're running out of time. We're not going to be able to. We can't win or end the year on a loss like this. Our win streak's over. Come on. Anderson drops 24 in this game. Halliburton 16, 6, and 7. Carney 16 points. Don Payne 15 and 21. Keldon Johnson 11. I would have liked to win this game, man. That is disappointing. But looks like Brent Davis drops 24. Walker Kessler 16. Desmond Bane 15. I don't think we deserve to lose this game. We lost by 9 to a bad team. But that is the end of the regular season as Calvin Gordon wins MVP for the first time in his career. Should have won it last year, and this time he plays even better and does win out with just below 29 points per game, 13.6 rebounds, which Don Payne should have stayed above him for. 5.3 assists. He's a great defender as well, and he's just a great overall player. He's fantastic on both sides. Sylvester McNeil for the Kings does end up winning Rookie of the Year. Pete Sharp with 8 points and 8.5 assists per game for the Rockets wins 6th Man of the Year. Calvin Gordon also wins DPOY, a nice sweep there. Cecil Arnold, Most Improved Player. Steve Nash, Coach of the Year. He is the coach of, I believe, the Celtics, maybe the Spurs. Not entirely sure, to be honest. Aaron Phillips wins Executive of the Year. And those are your awards. Now for the All-NBA teams. I really hope that we see Anderson on one of these 3 teams, because if he's not, that just makes no sense to me. And same thing for Tyrese, who averaged 20 and 10 this year. John Morant is on the first team with Luka Doncic, Jabari Smith Jr., Scotty Barnes, and Calvin Gordon. The second team features Nikola Jokic, Evan Mobley, Giannis, Shea, and Dyson Daniels. And the All-NBA third team features LaMelo Ball, Cade Cunningham, Zion, Paolo, and Chet. You're really telling me that Halliburton and Anderson both are not even on an All-NBA team at all? Really? I just gotta check their numbers after this, because there's no way that they are not worthy of this award. But regardless, all defensive first team: Ben Simmons, Lonzo Ball, Mobley, Giannis, and Calvin Gordon. Second team: Chet Holmgren, Max Christie, Jaren Jackson Jr., Shadon Sharp, and Evan Morris. Don Payne not on here again? Really? That's crazy. all-rookie first team. Sylvester McNeil, Corey Andrews, Alejandro Santiago, Daryl Logan, and Malcolm Sullivan. All-rookie second team. Gabriel Webb, Mitchell Byers, Doug Strickland, Mao Chung Lee, and Chris Franklin. And that's all I got for the All-NBA team. Not a single Woodsman on any of these lists. That's crazy. And so the road to the finals does run through the San Antonio Spurs. So if we're going to match up against them at any point this year, it's going to be a rematch in the WCF, which is probably going to be an even greater series than last time, which is hard to imagine, but with how good we are this year and how much they have improved, both teams are better than they were last year. I would imagine it's going to be an equally great of a series. So I have that to look forward to. You guys do as well. The play-in teams here in the West are the Thunder, Nuggets, Rockets, and Kings. And over in the East, you've got the Hornets, Wizards, Heat, and Knicks. So the Hornets actually did kind of drop off the map and did not play as well those last 2 weeks. The Magic end up surpassing them for the 6th seed. And now it's time for us to sim the play-in tournament and see who actually secures those last 4 playoff spots. And it looks like it is the Denver Nuggets who earn the 8th seed and the Thunder who earn the 7, and that is our matchup in round 1. Over in the East, the Charlotte Hornets do end up with the 7th seed and the Knicks went out for the 8th. But let's look into our matchup against the Thunder real quick. OKC is rocking with Josh Giddey, who has had a phenomenal year with 22, 7, and 7. Chet Holmgren, who made the all-defensive teams over Don Payne, averaging 17 and 12 with 2.5 blocks. Not playing as well on the offensive end with only 42% from the field as a center. KPJ, 14 and 7. Yuri Klimov, 14 points. Underwood, 12. I mean, they have a very... I mean, these guys are all their starters right here. And they are a fairly tall team. But I think we have enough to cover those guys. Off the bench, they've got Yunlong Lee and Vlade Rodic, both guys averaging around 9 points per game and shooting pretty well. Owen Rush is not shooting very well, but still gets plenty of playing time. And Jermaine Spencer, who we've seen before, that one game where he torched us somehow. There's also Jaden McDaniels, who's not playing as well, probably won't play as much in the playoffs. So, yeah. You got to think about this matchup between now and next episode. We also got to think about who do we take out of our lineup. And that starts with looking at who for us has played the best off the bench and who hasn't. I will say, Carney averaging 13.6 points per game, which is the 3rd highest on the team behind Anderson and Halliburton, is pretty impressive. When I've watched, I can't say he's done as much as this, but I mean, the numbers are there. He's shooting very well from all spots on the court. I don't think we can really afford to go away from him. I think Keon Murphy's probably the odd man out here, and you roll with 9 guys off the bench and not 8. But it just depends how we feel about the guys that will get more minutes once you take one guy out of the lineup. So yeah, we definitely have some things to think about as we enter the playoffs here in year 8. Here in 2030, facing against the Thunder in the first round, and the winner will face the winner of the Warriors and Memphis series, which regardless of who wins that, I'm excited for that matchup as well, if we can stay focused on round 1 and take down the OKC Thunder. So things to think about. I'm probably going to end up probably going to take out Keon Murphy, but we'll see how I feel about that. But I like where this team is at, despite losing our last game of the year in kind of disappointing fashion. We are in good shape, 9-1 in our last 10. We actually played pretty well at home, just 1 game worse at home than on the road. So overall, there's not much of a difference there. And our best record in the entire series still fell short of the Spurs, who are just great this year. They're going to be a really tough team to take down, harder than last year even. So this is going to be a very interesting playoff run, to say the very least. But things to think about, things to plan for, and yeah, yeah, I'll see you guys as we start the playoffs next time out. Thanks for watching, and I'll pick this up next time. See you guys there, and peace.